Your autumn marathon is 9 weeks away, and you are still waiting for the Alphafly 4. Should you? Nike has not given that shoe a release date, not a month, and not even a season. All that exists is a blacked-out photo and a few athletes racing in something you cannot buy. So what exactly are you waiting for? But here is where it gets uncomfortable. And it happened in April. At the London Marathon, Sabastian Sawe ran 1 hour, 59 minutes, and 30 seconds. The first official sub-2-hour marathon in history. He did it in Adidas. So the world record is not a Nike anymore. The shoe you are holding out for is not defending anything. It is chasing. And every week you wait costs you something. You drift closer to race morning in a shoe you have never learned, in whatever size is still left. Wondering, but you keep waiting anyway. And I understand exactly why. Waiting feels responsible. It feels like patience. It feels like the smart move. Why spend $300 in September on a shoe that gets replaced in October? Here's the thing, though. Waiting is not a decision. It is the absence of one, and it quietly makes the decision for you, which is exactly why you need to hear what is really coming this autumn. Nothing is. Every brand already shipped their 2026 race shoe. All of them did it between January and August. 9 super shoes from 9 brands, already on shelves, right now, today, in your size. And here's why they all move at the same time. Brands launch race shoes before the spring marathon season, so their athletes can race in them at London and Boston. By the time the autumn majors come round, the shoe has been out for months. Autumn is not launch season. Autumn is when you are supposed to be racing. So what is genuinely left for the next few months? 2 things. A Nike teaser with no date attached, and one Adidas shoe that shows up on a retailer calendar and has never once been announced by Adidas itself. That is the entire autumn. You are not waiting for a shoe. You are waiting for a rumor. But that rumor has a price. You do not pay it now. You pay it on race morning. Picture it properly. You are in the pen. It is cold. You have done everything right for 16 weeks. Every session, every long run, every early alarm. And on your feet is a shoe you have run in 4 times, which is when the wondering starts. It will not hit you at the start. It hits at 30 kilometers. Not in your legs, in your head. Something feels slightly wrong underfoot, and you cannot tell if it is the shoe, or the pace, or you. So you spend the last 12 kilometers of your whole year negotiating with your own feet. But here's the part that stings. That was the good version, the one where you got the shoe you wanted. Because while you wait, everybody else is buying. Your size goes first. It always goes first. So you pay full price in the final week. Or you take the colorway nobody wanted. Or you go half a size up and hope it works out. And here's the irony of trying to be clever with the money. The shoe you waited on goes on sale eventually. It just goes on sale after your race. You saved nothing, and you spent the one thing you actually needed. But here's the real cost. And it is the part I most want you to hear. You can buy a shoe the week before your marathon. You cannot buy the miles in it. A race shoe does not work because of what it is made of. It works because your feet already know it. And that takes weeks. The exact weeks you are spending refreshing a release page. So here's how you pick instead. It is much simpler than the internet makes it. Stop shopping for the best shoe. There is not one. Choose the feeling you want at 35 kilometers when the race actually starts. Then buy the shoe that gives you that feeling. There are 4 of them. So which one are you? The first feeling is being carried. This is you if your form falls apart late, and you already know if it does. The Alphafly 3 is still the most reassuring shoe ever built for the back half of a marathon. There is something underneath you when there is nothing left in your legs. The Hoka Rocket X3 does the same job, and it does not punish a tired heel the way the sharper racers do. And the Puma Deviate Nitro Elite 4 holds itself together in the final hour better than shoes costing a lot more. But being carried is not what everybody wants. Which brings me to the second feeling. Joy. And do not laugh at that. You are going to spend 3 hours inside these things. The Saucony Endorphin Elite 3 is the most fun super shoe anyone makes right now. Soft when you are cruising, alive the moment you push. And the Hoka Cielo X1 3.0 is the one that genuinely makes you feel fast. It is also demanding. It insists you run its way. If you can hold that form, it will launch you. If you cannot, it will find out. But if that already sounds like too much shoe, the third feeling is silence. Some runners do not want a shoe with a personality. They want to forget it exists and think about the race. The On Cloudboom Strike 2 is bouncy without being theatrical. It never asks for your attention. The Brooks Hyperion Elite 6 just disappears underfoot. It is the least intimidating super shoe out there, and you can warm up in it, which almost none of these can do. But there is a fourth feeling, and this is the one that gets forgotten. Control. Not everybody wants to be bounced along by their shoes. Some of us want to feel the ground and feel our own turnover. The New Balance Supercomp Elite V6 is firm and snappy, and it gives you exactly that. It rewards a quick cadence instead of smothering it. And the A6 Metaspeed Sky Tokyo glides beautifully, but it will ask something of your legs to get there. Both of these suit the runner who already knows their form holds up. But here's the thing that outranks all four of those feelings. Fit. A shoe that rubs at 30 kilometers is not a fast shoe. It is a problem you carry for an hour. Super shoes run narrow, almost all of them. So whichever feeling you picked, go and try the thing on, late in the day in your race socks. If your local shop has it, buy it there. The half hour that costs you is the cheapest insurance in this entire sport. But here's a question I get constantly. Do you need a separate shoe for your fast sessions? Honestly, no, not for this. One race shoe that your feet completely trust will do more for you than two you are still getting to know. Save the second pair for after the marathon. Right now, you want familiarity, not options. And what about the shoe that actually broke 2 hours? You can buy the adidas Adios Pro Evo 3. You probably should not. It costs about $500 and it is built to be raced a handful of times. That is a shoe for someone whose job is running. The fastest shoe in the world is not the right shoe for your marathon. And that is the whole point of this video. Now, you might be thinking, but what if the Alphafly 4 really is a step change? It might be. Nike does not usually miss. But think about what that would actually mean for you. A shoe launches in the middle of your race build. You have never run in it. You have no idea how it fits. And you would put it on for the most important run of your year, on faith, because of a number in its name. You would never do that with a pacing plan. Do not do it with your shoes. And here's the move almost nobody mentions. You do not have to buy this year's model at all. The moment a new version lands, the old one drops in price, and it does not get slower. The shoe that carried thousands of people to a personal best last autumn is the same shoe today. It is just cheaper. At 35 kilometers, your legs cannot read a model number. But here's where all of that changes, and it might be you. The shoe. If this is your first marathon, the shoe matters least of all. You are not chasing a time you have run before. You are trying to finish and to still enjoy it at 30 kilometers. So take the most forgiving shoe on that list, the one that carries you, and stop reading about the others. Genuinely. Now the honest part, because you deserve one. Not a single shoe I just named will make you faster than your training. The gap between the best one on that list and the fifth best is smaller than one bad night of sleep. And the Alphafly 4, whenever it finally lands, will not change that either. It will be very good. So are the 9 shoes you can walk into a shop and buy this afternoon. So here's what the next 9 weeks look like. Buy the shoe this week, not in October. Run 3 easy kilometers in it first, just to check nothing rubs. Then put it away. Use it for 1 session a week, at race pace, so your feet learn it under load. And take it on your last 2 long runs, for the final 10 kilometers only. That is it. That is enough. Because what you are really buying was never a midsole. It is standing in that pen with no question in your head. You know exactly how your shoe feels at 35 kilometers. You have already been there in it, in the rain, on tired legs. That confidence does not come with a release date. It gets built in the weeks you have left. And it starts the day you stop waiting. So go and pick your feeling. And go and put some miles in it. And I genuinely want to hear from you on this one, because every single one of you has raced in something. Comment your favorite marathon shoe and why. Not the one with the best reviews, the one that actually got you round. I read all of them.